Right, good morning fishy people. I'm Alan Nosh from FishOn TV. It's Tuesday the 18th of October. I'll repeat that, Tuesday the 18th of October, because I get people messaging me saying, when was this filmed? Well, watch all the bloody video. Right, you are joining me Tuesdays. As you know, it's a match with the Old Boys Fishing Club, and you are joining me at the wonderful Woodhouse Grange, and we are fishing on the Kennel pond. I think we've 2 more matches, and then that's your summer type stroke season finish before we just start doing our knockups for 5 hours in winter. Kennel pond can be very, very productive. Right, just before we get going, 1 or 2 people keep saying, oh, defeated before you go fishing. Not at all, people, not at all. I am never defeated. I portray the facts. I try and paint a picture of the day. So, for example, today, it's a bright, clear day. It's 7 degrees. The temperatures are changing. The fishing will start slowing down. Not excuses, just facts. There are good areas and there are bad areas. I seem to be drawing bad areas. Occasionally, the bad areas can produce. So stop saying I'm defeatist. I am not defeatist. I'm not one of those that'll draw my peg and go home like some people do. I always fish the peg, and I fish it to the best of my ability to try and do my best. So there you go, told. Stop saying defeatist. It's a load of bloody rubbish. They are just facts of the day, how I see it. And today I'm expecting a lot of fish. I am not far off with my estimations on what weights are going to be caught. Again, not excuses for lads, anything like that. They are just facts of the day. Right, bright day, a lot colder, definitely slowing down. It's been windy as anything. There's a good chance the fish will be at a certain area of the lake because of the winds that we've had. A fact, not an excuse. Which side they'll be on, I don't know. A fact, I just don't bloody know. All I'm trying to say, folks, is just listen to the video, listen to what I say. I'm trying to give you the picture of the fishery, what my thoughts are, what's going through my mind whilst I'm fishing. Whether it be a good area or a bad area, the areas I think might produce, the areas that I think that won't produce. So they're just facts. Don't get confused with negativity and me trying to portray the facts of the day and what I think. So that's my little rant about that. Stop saying I'm bloody negative. Never negative. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. 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 Right, Woodhouse Grange on the Kennel pond. It bugged me a bit, didn't it, that? Yeah, it did. I won't bite anymore. I hope the fish are, though. Kennel pond, lots of F1s, plenty of big carp as well, but mainly and predominantly F1s. We are going into winter mode, looking at results on other fisheries. The weights are dropping and dropping and dropping. Those carp are not quite as active, but it's still at that time of year where you just don't really know. It could be a fantastic day, but it could be a really hard day as well. So guessing the weights today, if we'd have been in summer, I'd have said it could be anything from £100 to £200. Today, I'm not sure. It's a difficult one because there is a lot of fish. I'm expecting plenty of bites still. It could be anything from sort of, I'm going to go positive, £60 to £120. But you just don't know. It could be more, it could be a damn sight less. I know it's a wide margin of guessing, but it's that time of year, things are funny. But I'm really looking forward to it. There are 19 of us, so it's pretty full on there. The pegging's pretty awkward to peg out to make it where there's plenty of room. The annex is really shallow. Will the fish still be in there? In the summer there certainly are. Main lake with the island. You just don't know. It's just that time of year. So let all the boys, I've just seen them all turning up. Let me get in there, take some money, and we'll see you at the draw. Peg 16 is the peg. That is the peg, usually. I'm not sure where it's been catching of late. Like I say, it's changed, so I'll ask when I get in there, find out where they've been catching on other matches, just to give us an idea. But usually, pretty much every peg on here, you can catch a few fish. So there we go. Right, peg 25 on the annex. It has had a few fish, but it's not great. I've drawn right in the corner a few times, and it's not been great, to be honest. A bit too shallow, especially this time of year, so we don't want to be there. Do I put it in? Don't know. I'm trying to spread the fishy people out. Right, see you at the draw. Right, go on then, Tom. Right, we're going, lads. Go on, just get up. Don't stand in.
Small scale, that's a big old little room. Knife is back to knackered. I'll do scale for knife.
No excuses. Nigel?
He'd only just said earlier.
Right, 2 left, folks. 16. I don't want 16. I've got 16.
Only got 16.
No, I know we've got the scale. 19, Tony. Right then, draw over. No excuses today, because peg 16 I mentioned, even though it didn't come in the top 3 on Sunday, peg 16 I'm happy with. That's a very consistent peg usually. No excuses today. I would say if you're going to pick a peg and you wanted a peg on that lake every day at year, you pick peg 16. Peg 33 and 35 were first and second on Sunday. That's some ridiculous weights. I couldn't believe some weights. 260 odd pound off peg 35 I think it was, and 270 something off 33. Ridiculous weight. I'm shocked at weights when he's just shown me that. So we should be having a fair few fish today, folks. How many? I just don't know. So we'll soon find out. So see you on the bank. A good draw for Nosh. Get in. Right, here we are, peg 16. Very happy with the draw. Like I say, it's a consistent peg. It's years since I fished it. Now I do know it's where the bridge is. Look, there's a bridge there, and it looks gorgeous down here, and the fish do turn up here. Now it's no more than 12 inch. You come right next to the bricks here, it's about 6 inch. Very, very shallow indeed, and it's like almost off-putting. But I do remember in winter last time I fished it, I fished down there, and they did come on eventually, and I had a good session. Now what I've done, I've set 2 rigs up. I've set one up for pellet and one up for maggot. I've got one swim just away where it drops off from the 6 inch, and it goes really shallow out there, and then it just goes about the same depth here. So I've set like a pellet line there, and I'm going to have a maggot line here. That's pretty much it. And I've set the method up as well. With it being so shallow and this sun being so low, there's a fish just swirled there, so that's a good sign. It's the first one I've seen. A method, there's no pole hanging over, it's a low sun, there's shadows everywhere, so if it's not quite working with it being so shallow, I've set a little method up, and it's the new method. Oh, let's have a look. Sorry about that. I'm going to sneeze as well. Excuse me. So what I've got here, I've got this tiny little method. I mean, look at that size of my fingers. It's the size of my thumbnail. It's only a tiny one, so not a lot of bait going. I've also got, I'll just put that back down. I've also got a little pellet feeder, tiny little pellet feeders as well. So I'm not sure. Oh, there's Bob there. Look, there we go. Look, Bob. He likes his peg as well. And we've got Dave Eccles. We've got Barry, Simon. We've got a few. We've got the mighty fisherman himself, Graham Scott, Mr. Consistent. Oh, that's Simon there. My mate Jeff's over there. Gluey, Nige. They're all dotted about. They're all happy enough. 19 of us. So yeah, the little method I think could work quite well down there. Because if I remember right, it went a bit funny last time. Even though I had a good day, when you have them funny periods, it'd be nice to just chuck a little method down. And I tended to find I got some big carp as well on the method. So it's F1 gear that I've got set up. Maggot one, it's 4x10s float, B911 F1 hook, 013 bottom, and it's B911 013 bottom, a normal B911 with the 4mm pellets. So there is fish down there. In fact, that ain't an F1, I've just seen a great ghostie down there. And the gear I've just mentioned is not right for them, is it? But it is a lot of F1s. So if the big ones do start showing, I've got the method for that. So that's what we'll be doing, folks. Got to keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it. It's maggots and pellets, little method, job done. I can always change the hook length to a bigger hook and stronger line if needs be. So let's just see how we get on. We're off in 5 minutes. Right folks, about an hour and a half in. I've got about 40 odd pound. And it's a mixture of small F1s, decent F1s. And the pellet line, get that one out, the pellet line's really strange with feeding. Keep foul looking quite a few. So you can't put too much bait in, it's got stuff in the bloody net. You're just getting loads and loads of liners. A little go up method just to see if that'll make a difference. And I got one or two. I've been feeding that short maggot line. And it went straight under. I know you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing here because there's only me filming. And I ain't got time to keep adjusting my cameras all the way around. But just went in under the bridge, well at the side of the bridge. And feeding maggots down there. And I got an instant reaction. See if it'll happen again. There's definitely plenty of fish there. There we go. The problem is when you start feeding too much, you don't have to foul look a few. So it's trying to get the balance. It's taking a bit of working out, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can get this into this one. It's white maggot I've gone for. I know a lot of people go red, but I've decided on white maggot today. There we go. There's some big fish knocking about as well. Ringer's not happy with it sound. He's had a decent fish on with the sound of it. So I think that'll be enough for that net. Right. I think it's okay, we'll throw a few more in. Have another go, so we can get another one just quick. And it's, like I say, it's really shallow down here. It's almost off-putting, it's that shallow. Got the camera then, need to. There we go. Little carp. Sun's blinding as well. Is it on? Yeah. Can't even see if the camera's on. It's a shame we ain't got another camera so you can see exactly what's going on. It's just awkward here. There's not a lot of room in this spot here. 40 odd pound, I think. Again. Difficult with all these different sizes. Some are half a pound, some are a pound and a half. Very difficult. £50 net limit here. Out of a £50, it goes back to 50. There's loads of leaves knocking about as well. There we go. Lost it. I have seen one or two decent carps. That's shallow, you can see tails on them, but at the minute the biggest I've had is about £4. There we go. There's plenty of fish down here. That's gone under the bridge. I can fool it into thinking it's coming in. All you can do is just hold it nice and steady and hope it comes back. Seems like a better fish unless it is foul up, which is possible. To go back under, he's not happy. I've not filmed the first bit because it was just taking a bit of working out what we're going off. And maggot definitely seems to be better at the minute. The response has been much more positive on bites. Certainly lively. With this sun being out, that shallower water will have warmed up more, so, or should I say quicker. And I've not got the hooks on to sort of drag them in. It's only an F1 B911. Maybe if they're this aggressive I might be able to get away with banding a few maggots on a stronger hook, but we'll see how we get on. Certainly not wanting to get his head up this one. I do apologise with that sun. It's blinding me straight in my face. It's a little cat. Keep my eye on that hook and make sure everything stays as it should. And that's what we're doing there at the minute, folks. I'm quite happy with that. So I'll give you some more updates as we go along. I think it's fishing fairly hard. I just think I've definitely got a few fish down here without a shadow of a doubt. So there we go, folks. I've had another 4 in the last 5 or 6 minutes. They're coming in, they're feeding really well on the maggots for sure. Not the biggest fish, at least we're getting 1 or 2. With a few little mirror carp. So I've not seen many people catching, so I've got to be doing alright. Don't know how they're getting on in annex behind me, that can produce. This feels a bit better fish, this one. Well, I hope it is anyway. Hope it's not foul up, folks. I hope it knows. Oh, have I knocked the camera? Maybe not, I don't know. I'll check it in a bit. I know you can see me. Yes, it might be foul ups, this one, if it's only an F1 because it's going a bit crazy. Certainly not wanting to come in like the others did. I got the others in no time. That bridge is definitely, I definitely feel comfortable under that bridge, that is for sure. Yes, this could be foul hooked, folks. I think I've not had one do this. But there's certainly plenty of fish there. It's trying to catch them without foul hooking them. That's the problem. Yeah, it's got to be foul hooked. Get away from that sun because I can't see bugger all even with my gigs on. It's that bright. I'll have to give it a little bit of jip, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely foul hooked. It just stops you from catching when you foul hook them because they just don't come in. Bloody things. Come on, fishy. It's not get your head up, I think it's a case of get your tail up. Who's phoning me? Don't they know I'm fishing? Soz. I've got one on Soz, I can't answer that phone. Christ, we're in a mighty battle up if he's not foul hooked. I don't think he's the biggest. Come on, get your tail or your head up then, sunshine. No, it is, it's foul hooked in one at the fins, not the tail. Try and keep the float out of the net because one last fish I had about this big, absolutely spun round like crazy and smashed my float to smithereens. So I can't answer, go away. That's probably one of the biggest fish, that's got to be about £4, maybe a little bit more. So we've got 55, 56 pounds round about there. Just check everything's okay. Yeah, little marker on. I didn't have my pen, so I had to put a bit of tape on as my marker. Keep checking the depth because it doesn't half move up and down when you're fishing shallow. In such shallow water, I'm not fishing shallow, but in shallow water. See if we can get another one while you're there, folks. Should have set another camera up for down here, I think. Watch, it probably won't go under now. Typical, that, isn't it? It's been going under within like 10 seconds. Now, I don't mind feeding quite a few maggots because they don't half over them up. Little indication, missed it. bite it, can you? Curse of the camera. No, it's not happening, folks. This is what happens when you're fishing. They don't always stay in exactly the same spot. You've got to try a few different things. I might have to hook the maggots a little bit different. At the minute I've got it on a bulk with it being so shallow. I might actually spread the shot so they sink slower. So a little different tactics just to try and keep the bites coming. And this is the longest I've had to wait for a bite, folks. There's fish there. The float's moving about, but it's not a bite. And what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. And what I might actually do, because there's fish just beyond where this bait is, where I've been feeding my micros and stuff, so I'm just going to plonk that there. Look at that soz again. It is. He's a pest. He's a bloody pest. Oh. Just check everything. There's something not quite right somewhere. I think what I might do, and just spread that shot a little bit. Just have it sink slower. I'll hook it different. Hook it in the side and see if that makes a difference. And there's definitely fish there, folks. Let's see if that makes a difference. I'm back onto my pellet line. And one or two fish swam through. And I think this is a better fish. I hope it is. I hope it's not a foul looker. And there's one or two muggers about actually. Come on fish, come in. I'm hoping that this is like a 4 pound plusser. Plusser, what does that mean? Catch him by surprise. Now he's wanting to go a bit again. Come on, sunshine. Come to Uncle Mighty. Oh, you bloody thing. Just as I said that, can you believe it? Damn it. Nobody likes to see that. I just had an F1. And there's definitely some bigger fish knocking about because I've seen them. I think this is a Miracar. I saw the Miracar and so that must be still in there. I definitely saw a Miracar when I hooked into this, so I think it spooked the mirror. But I'm not putting loads of micros in, I'm just putting a few in, squashing them against my pot and dropping them in because they're going mad for it. Where's my bloody towel gone? Oh, it's fallen up floor. I'm not going to feed the maggot line whilst I'm catching there. Getting this feeding right is massive today, because if you put too many in, even with just a few like this, like a thumbnail size full, there's loads of liners. So basically, there's fish there to be caught. Oh, let's put two on. I've just got to be trying to avoid the foul hookers. There we go. And I'm putting my float at the back of where I've put the micros. The liner there, so they're coming in. Liner. And I can see a tail. And the float's gone under there, but that was definitely a line. I won't lift in on that because it would have decent sized fish as well. I'm going to lift and drop, I think. I think it might be worth another flick with the method because they're definitely going for them micros. Typical curse of the camera, eh? There we go. Let him go out, that's it. Nice one, he behaved lovely. That's what we want. You're probably wondering why I've got my pole in the air. It's just that I'm sure it confuses them what's happening, because their natural instincts to go under that bridge. Okay, stop reeling, Mr. Fish. Here we go, another one, not quite a pound, maybe a pound. It's awkward trying to guess these weights, isn't it? Oh, and there, so there we go, folks. Over and out. Right, folks, about an hour and 20 minutes left. I won't be far off 100, I don't think. Oh yeah, bloody thing. Nobody likes to see that. There's two you've seen me lose. It's gone really funny. Liners galore on float. They're really picky. I put method on. I've just had a couple on method. Lost that one obviously, only a little. But it's been tricky. It really has been tricky. It's not been easy. There's fish there, but catching them is a different thing. It's a bit of a nightmare. So I thought I'd give the method a go. Just to see if we can get a few more fish, because the float is becoming really frustrating. The float's going all over the place and there's a big liner there. There's definitely fish there. Don't like that when I've had a big liner on method. Let's give it a few minutes. Probably go back on float again, but it's so tricky. Being so shallow, they're very cautious indeed. I've had plenty of fish, but there's a lot of small stuff. I think I've got about 94 I've got on my clicker. And there we go. There's fish. I don't like it when you can see tails. It's that shallow. I just find them so much harder to catch when you can see tails. And it's only a tiny little method feeder, so there's not a lot of micros going in. With the amount of fish there, they'll soon scoop them up, I'm sure. We'll just see how this goes for 10 minutes and then I'll go back on pole again. It's very strange. Catching them is really difficult. It's not as easy as you think. This maggot line down here, this is not really taken off. I tell you what, you know, then I've put a good old scrap up for the size of them. But I've got to say, it's frustrating when you know there's plenty of fish there, the amount of liners, and I've been really cautious with how I've fed it. Right. We'll see how we get on, folks. We'll get back to you shortly, folks. An hour to go. It's been really, if it lasts sort of half an hour, 40 minutes, really struggling, swapping and changing stuff, trying to get bites coming. Started feeding, I was tapping pellets in to start with, and then I've gone back onto micros, and that, even though it's creating a few more liners than I'd like, is giving me one or two more fish. But it ain't easy. It ain't easy. The bites are really funny. I'm not laughing my head off, like, you know, but it's gone strange. So yeah, we've just got about 55 minutes left. Not really got that much more. Might be 100, but I've been cautious with lots of fish because there is a lot of small fish, like I said. might be 100, so I'm hoping I'll have over 100 by the time we get finished anyway, so we'll give you another update short. Well, it's a nice little run. Getting some more positive bites now, much better than earlier. Last couple of fish, but there's people catching. John on 30 whatever it is, I'm not sure what number that is, 32. He's been catching quite a few. Ringer's catching a few. I don't know how anybody's doing at all. There's fish going out all over the place. I was hoping this is not foul. Look, it didn't half go when I hooked it. Straight under the bridge. And it's having a right old go now. Come on, sunshine, come in. So I know the camera angle for where I'm fishing whatever is not right good. The sun's been blazing in my eyes for the last hour or so. It's been awful, even with sunglasses on. I barely see me float. Low sun this time of year, folks. Shocking. Not just me, Graham will be the same, and a few others. Oh, that's a better fish. And I have been seeing the better fish going in and out from under that bridge, but they've just not been playing ball, those. Come on, son, get your head up. Oh, I thought you were going to come then. Best fish of the day. There's got to be £5 or £6, certainly 5. Oh, he was, they were competing there because he's taking it down. Alright then folks, there we go, best fish of the day. Right, next time you see me, we'll be at the weigh-in. I think it's quite close, folks. The fish been catching, been caught everywhere, so over and out. You're wading, fishing people. I'm wading. Right, no complaints today ever. Well, where I've drawn, it's about as good as I've drawn for a long time. Peg 16, I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. Everybody will take that peg any time of year, even though it's as shallow as what it is. I've even caught there in winter. I think the only time I've drawn it other time was in middle of winter, and I caught more then than I have today. What I will say is everybody has caught plenty of fish, but everybody's had the same problem I've had. They've had loads of fish in the peg and not been able to catch them, and I've had loads of fish in there all day. Catching them has been an absolute nightmare. Altering the way I've fed and presented it, it has been frustrating to say the least. Just don't be ready because I'm red hot now. It's red hot in here. Micros, bit of I've even tried. I've had some crushed expander. That can work quite well with soft pellets and what have you, but I'd set my stall out. I thought formal hard pellet and maggot had worked there, and that's where I've fished. So I've fed micros, I've tapped pellets in. In the end, a small amount of micros and a 4mm pellet has been the best. Even though I did have a nice run on maggot short, it didn't continue, and everybody said they've struggled to catch really short today. We were advised that they were catching really close in this much water. They've just not been having it. You get one or two, that'd be it, they just go. The guys on Sunday, I'm sure the regulars, they've been catching like 150, 200, 250, 280, which is unbelievable, and that were only a few days ago. I know they know it better than us, but I don't know, it has been frustrating for everybody, I think, to say the least. So, but I've had an enjoyable day. I've got plenty of fish. No net pull, thank goodness. I'm worried about that. So there's not a lot to say about that. I couldn't get too much footage. I forgot to take a photograph of a net of fish as well, so I do apologise for that. Not a lot to say. It was difficult getting footage. That sun was blaring. I've probably got, I don't know, maybe half an hour's footage, something like that. That's best I could, because it was weird where I was to position cameras and stuff, because it were all wrong. I could have probably done with a camera to the side at bridge or something like that, so you could have seen better that. But you know, I'm fishing a match. If I'd have been pleasure fishing, I'd have probably done it. So let's get on to the results anyway. So with two section winners, from Peg 2, Mick Smith with £91.4, and Well Fished Frank from Peg 35 with £76.1. So what a pair of mighty fishermen you are. Well done guys. In third place, it's Incredible. Mr. Incredible has had £95, 11 ounces from Peg 6. So well done, Mr. Incredible. What a mighty fisherman you are. In second place with £101, 5 ounces, the Mussel Man himself. Don't know if he's been catching on today. He has been catching a lot of fish on mussel, I'll tell you, wherever he's gone. So I forgot to ask him what bait he were using today. I dare say I tried mussel again. From Peg 31, he's had £101 and 5 ounces. And with £113, 12 from Peg 16, yours truly. Thank goodness. It was pressure on a little bit. Everybody's saying, oh, he's drawn the flyer. I knew it was a good peg. I thought I'd have about 150, maybe a bit more today, looking at the results. I've had a lot more than that from that peg before in a lot colder conditions. I just couldn't catch what were there today. It was frustrating. So I am this week's Old Boys mightiest fisherman, and it's been a struggle. It has, even though I've got all those. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? £113 and it's a struggle, but it has been very frustrating trying to find out exactly what they wanted. And I would say once that sun disappeared, the bites were so much better, so much cleaner. And even when I said I'll see at the weigh-in, I probably put £30. We're about half an hour to go. I bet I put £30 in net then. The bites were so, it just switched on. It were unreal. In for 10 seconds, under it goes, perfect bite, hooked in top lip. Job's a good one. So that tells me there was nothing wrong with the way I was set up. Just couldn't catch him at all. At all. So there you go, folks. Lots of fish caught everywhere. I mean, the worst we've had is about 20 odd pound. There's been 60s, 56s, 45s, 49s, 40s. Plenty of fish being caught because there's a lot of small stuff. And then, I think the biggest fish I've seen today is probably mine, about £5 or £6. That's it. So I think that if they're catching that amount of fish, they've got to be fishing really short on pellets or maggot. And I'm sure some people will catch up towards the island on a method or bomb or something like that. Are they catching shallow? Not sure. I never tried shallow. It was only that deep where I was anyway, so I didn't even bother trying to fish shallow. Right, there you go, folks. End of that match. Hope you've enjoyed the little video at Woodhouse Grange on the Kennel pond. It's full of fish. If you want to get yourselves here and catch a few fish, this is the place. There's loads in, absolutely loads. I haven't booked anything next week. Oh, actually, I'm at Medlands next week for the Ledger Cup, the Shimano Ledger Cup. So I'm looking forward to that. Never fished Medlands. It's on Lambsdown, and I've forgotten the name of the other one. So that's where I am next Tuesday. I'm going to book somewhere for the old boys for next Tuesday for those guys. So there you go, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget, do not forget, it's absolutely free to subscribe to my channel. And if you click the notification bell, you'll get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So until next time, guys, take care and don't forget, fish on.